Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Tiny Mike Micro News. I'm your host, Lindsay, and happy International Women's Day, everybody. So, International Women's Day is a global holiday to celebrate the cultural, political, and socioeconomic achievements of women. It also allows us to bring our attention to women's rights, things like gender equality, reproductive rights, and the violence against women. Women's oppression and inequality pushed women to become more vocal and active in campaigning for change, leading to what would eventually become the women's rights movement. Now, this language used to describe this history is so familiar, isn't it? Oppression, inequality. There's a continuous theme here. But as we celebrate the brave women who have come before us and those who rise with us now, let's just hit the highlights reel of what women have accomplished in this past year. Government responses to COVID-19. In countries with women leaders, including New Zealand, Germany, Finland, Bangladesh, and more, the quick and decisive actions of women in charge led to lower cases and lower deaths. The first female vice president was elected to office in the United States. Period products are now free in Scotland. Afghan citizens will soon have their mothers' names printed along with their fathers on their ID cards. Equal pay for women soccer players in Brazil and Sierra Leone. New Zealand appointed its first Indigenous female foreign minister, Yall. The patriarchy is being ushered out, and folks, the future is female. This month is not only Women's History Month, but will also mark a year of navigating a global pandemic for most of us. I know I've been reflecting on that a lot lately because a year ago, this girl was in a vastly different place than I am today. And there's another woman I can't help but think about lately. Because on March 13th, it will be a year since the unjust death of Breonna Taylor. And for me, she might just be the most influential woman of the past year. So for all women, all female-presenting humans, and all the people who love us, let's rise together and move together so no lives lost will have been in vain. We will not put down our Black Lives Matter signs, we will not end the microactivism, and we will not take a backseat on gender inequality. History does repeat itself. Our personal histories, our family histories, and the history of the world. Let's continue to rewrite the story, ladies. Let's give the future something worth repeating. Equality, inclusion, human rights. Remember, there is no voice too small to be heard. Keep your ears open, keep your heart open, and we'll see you next time on Tiny Mike Micro News.